The sun is setting, night is upon us, and it's almost time. It's almost go time for flathead catfishing. What's going on, guys? Ryan Summers here, and tonight we are out on the Lake Winnebago chain fishing for the elusive, ginormous flathead catfish. I would like to give you a little tutorial leading up to the events. First step, catching bait. All right, it is hot, it is sweaty. There is only about 13 days, give or take, left of flathead season here on the Winnebago system. We are on a mission to catch us plenty of bluegills to use for bait this evening. And I got about 10 bluegills already. Tried to fish for walleye for a second to bide my time. And got stuck in a snag, lost a $3 jig. So let's go back to bluegill fishing. Hopefully we'll get some more good bluegills, and let's give it a shot. Put this right there. It should be good. Okay. Let's see how that looks. That should be good. All right. Bring it out there. Colby. Quite ready. Oh, missed him. Oh, we're on. This feels like a pretty good one. Oh yeah. That's a perfect bait right there. Oh. Let's get our bucket. Get some water in it quick. And then we'll keep on catching bait. All right. Got some water in our bucket. Still got a nice little chunkaroo of worm left. Let's throw it back out there and see what we can do. Bite there. There we go. We're hooked. We're hooked up. Oh yeah. My favorite size to use for bait, about 6 inches long. It's probably, in my eyes, the best size flathead bait, but some people like to use ginormous bait. I always have my best luck with 6-7 inch bluegills is usually perfect. All right, so well, we don't need the headlight on yet, but we're down to the flathead spot. We got our poles. I'm gonna show you my setup, and you don't have to listen to me, but in 12 years of doing this, I've caught over 600 flatheads. So here's my rig. I got usually a 4-ounce or 5-ounce no roll sinker. I put a couple beads, that way it's going to protect my knot on this barrel swivel. And then it's probably 18 inches of leader, which leads up to my 8-aught Gamakatsu offset circle hook. And yeah, that hook's good and sharp. So what's going to happen is when I throw the bluegill out there, he's just going to swim until Mr. Flathead grabs him. When Mr. Flathead grabs him, or Mrs. Flathead grabs the bait, he's going to grab it, When he does grab it, he's gonna swim away, and this hook is gonna spin like this. The barb catches into the side of his mouth as he's swimming. It drives it in and hooks him. You know, I'd say 80% of the time you're gonna hook him in the corner of the mouth. Sometimes they will just inhale it and swallow it, but it doesn't happen too often. And if it does happen, you know, I catch them, get a photo with them, cut the line, let them go. But I don't have any flathead in the freezer right now. So if I do catch one that is of a legal size out here tonight, I got some bad news for him. He's gonna be dinner. So let's set this up over here for a good second. I got my bait in this bait tamer thing down here in the water. It's gonna keep the bait alive. A lot of times I'll use an aerator too, but if you got too many bluegills in a bucket and an aerator going, the bluegills will start doing, even with the aerators going, they'll run out of oxygen, and I don't want them to die, because live bait, in my opinion, is the key when you're fishing flatheads. Sending off the vibrations, flicking, fluttering, swimming. That flathead's lateral line, he's going to sense it. He's going to use his barbels. He's going to smell it. He's going to come over. He's going to chow it. So let's pull in the bait tamer. Get out a nice bluegill. I'm going to show you how I hook them on. Again, my way is not the definitive way. I'm just going to tell you what works for me. There's a good looking specimen for right now. So I like to take my bluegill. Some people like to hook them back here. Some people like to hook them right here. I hook them under the jaw, up through the nasal cavity. Because if you hook them in the back, hook them back here, the flathead grabs them. Sometimes when he's pulling and you're going to set the hook will spin around and it'll hook them back in the back, and it won't actually hook the flathead in the mouth. And you can miss fish that way. Some people say, oh, but if you hook them through the jaw, then they drown. Well, again, I've been doing this for 12 years. And I average right around 50 flatheads a season. The season is only 4 months long, 4.5 months long. So you go with your own plan, but I can tell you through trial and error what has worked for me. So I'm gonna take them out here. Colby, pitch him out in that deep hole. All right, he's on the bottom. I got my bait clicker set. And when he bites it, that rod is gonna bend over and it's gonna start making the bait clicker go zzz, 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 and that'll be my cue to get up. When one does bite, I like to put my thumb on the line, and what that'll do is it's gonna put extra pressure on because I leave the bail open, and then that rod is gonna go like this, and it's gonna bend and bend and bend and bend, and it's gonna hook him. And when I feel that he is hooked himself, I'll give a little tug up. I don't set the hook with a circle hook, because if you set it, you're going to end up missing a lot of fish. But so yeah, that's that. I'm gonna get the other rod set up and I'll come back in a second. So there is another thing that I absolutely hate, is when people tell you with fishing, oh, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. A lot of the flathead pages that I am on, you know, when I started fishing flatheads in 2013, there wasn't nearly as much Facebook and Facebook groups and all this stuff for flathead fishing, and just fishing in general. It seemed like there wasn't much. But you don't have to snell your hooks. I read that for a while, and I had never snelled a hook a day in my life. And I followed the instructions, snelled the hooks. One night, I missed 6 flatheads, 6 of them. They didn't break the line, but I missed 6 fish. I thought, nope, I'm going back to my old way. Because a lot of it is doing what you are comfortable with. And you can see other people's success, and some people claim to have success, some people do have success. So you gotta, again, do what works for you. And I equate it to bowling, because I am a very, I'm a very avid bowler during the bowling season. And no 2 people bowl the same. So no 2 people really have to fish the same either. So you gotta find what works for you. So I'm gonna show you the knot that works for me personally. Is I put the line through. I'm gonna give it about 6 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now I have my open end right there. I'm gonna go through there, and then I'm gonna bring it back through this other hole right here. Okay. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wet the line. Get a little spit on it so you don't get any line burn. Then I'm gonna tighten this up. You're gonna watch and see how this is gonna get tight, tight. And then I'll just take my fingers, I'll grab the line with my nails and pull it down, and boom. That's not going, shouldn't be going anywhere. I mean, there's always the chance you can get stuck. A flathead can get you stuck in a tree, a submerged tree. It can get you stuck in a log jam. It can get you stuck in the rocks. But 9 times out of 10, you aren't gonna miss any fish. And I do that same thing, like I said, on this knot here. I don't snell it. I've never had to snell it. But again, you gotta do what works for you. But I did just notice, look right there. That hook from the one I caught Monday night is jacked up. So it's a good thing I'm checking my gear. So I'm gonna put a different hook on. I got my pack. I got a few more packs in there of these Gamakatsu 8-aught offset octopus circle hooks. So make sure you check your gear. Make sure you check your knots. Check your line. If you're out fishing, it don't matter if you're fishing for bluegills, bass, crappies, northern, walleye, etc. If you got any nicks or frays in your main line and you hook a fish, that line is already weakened. And if it's already weakened, it's got a, unfortunately, it's got a high probability that it can break. And you can lose your fish, you can lose your hook, and you can lose your self-esteem when you lose a big fish. It does suck. I've lost a few. There's been times where I've wanted to take my fishing pole and throw it in the river, because it's just, not that you're mad, but you're just like heartbroken, disappointed. So you don't have to cut the tag end off either. Flatheads can't see that. I'm gonna go get another bluegill out of the bait tamer. Same thing on this one. I got some beads, 5-ounce no-roll sinker, maybe 16 inches a leader, and I got a brand new hook on. So I'll be right back in a second with another bluegill out of the bait tamer. Actually, you guys can come along with me. Let's pick one out. All right. Let's see here. Put that right there for a minute. There we go. Let's look in here, guys. Which one should we pick? Ooh, that looks like a good specimen right there. Look how he's flopping around. Yeah, that's a great one. We'll put him off to the side there. We'll seal up the Velcro on our bait tamer. And we'll throw the bait tamer back in the water. Keep our bait nice and fresh. We're back. Tripod tipped over. That's one thing about shore fishing with a tripod is uneven ground. It can be so hard to set up this tripod. I'll be right back. rods I bought are Slime Cat rods. And there's so many flathead companies out there right now. There's Slime Cat, there's Whisker Seeker, there's Mad Cats, there's I think Mud Cats, so many. Any of y'all want to sponsor me, let's do it. But no, again, it's one of those things, stick with what works for you. We all have budgets, and we all have to work within those budgets. And I mean, I don't use any special reel either. These are Okuma Magda Pros that have the line counter on them. And the reason I like them the most, personally, is they have a super loud clicker. So I'm gonna throw this guy out here. Toby! Let that sink on down to the bottom, but listen to the sound of this clicker. I don't know if you can hear that, but when it goes, it'll... So then you get a real good audio cue that, hey, I got a bite, you know. And that's one of the main things you want too when you're flathead fishing is real good audio or visual. Like too, when it's nighttime, I'll shine my black light on the tip of this rod, and it will it'll glow up really, really good. I don't set up a bunch of lights. I don't like a bunch of lights. Main reason I don't like a bunch of lights, when it's 85 degrees out, 88 like it is today, you got a bunch of lights on, what are you going to attract? Mosquitoes. That can be some miserable fishing. Is a mosquito mania starts running wild, brother. So I keep lights to a minimum. All right, it is now 7:03. I got a mosquito on my face. Looking great there, ain't we? We got that beautiful sunset. And right back, right there, is a big log jam. Flathead catfish. Love going up under banks, under rocks, and in log jams. So I'm gonna get my other pole, I'm gonna get the rod holder, I'm gonna get a bait out of the bait tamer, get a nice bluegill on. I'm gonna pitch it pretty close to that log jam in hopes that come nighttime, or even in the next 30-45 minutes, a flathead's gonna wake up, come out of that log jam, and grab that bluegill. So we'll be right back. Let's go get a bait. All right, so one of the things I forgot to mention is pound test of line. And there's a lot of different, again, there's a lot of different theories, there's a lot of different things that people use, don't use. I'll tell you what works for me. Anything between 40 and 60 pound mono. I hate, and I say that word, I hate using braid. So I got my bluegill on, and I'm gonna come back after I throw him out toward that tree, and I'm gonna tell you why I hate braid when it comes to flathead fishing. All right, so we got that pretty close to the tree. Not as close as I wanted, but close enough. And rod holders in hard rocky ground. That's always a real treat too, you know. So, why do I hate braid? Brought to you by Ryan Summers. Well, braid has sensitivity, okay? Braid has sensitivity, I'll give you that. Braid also sucks if you are flathead fishing and you get snagged and you try to grab that line is going to cut and dig into your hand, and you will get cuts, literally line cuts into your hand, and your hand will cut and break before that line does. So then what do people end up doing? Well, they snip it. Okay, now the next poor soul that comes out fishing, and he casts in that spot, and he's fishing for bass or walleyes or northern, and he's got on anywhere between $7 and $10 lure. And he's going to get stuck in that big, long 40 feet, 80 feet, 100 feet of braided line. He's going to get his lure stuck, or he's going to get his line stuck. And that is going to cut his line just the same way you cut your finger. Now that guy has lost $8, $10 lure. All that line does not degrade. And it's going to be stuck in that tree, in that rock, forever until you get a diver to come out. Like we have Ed the diver here in Wisconsin. He goes to different rivers and puts on his scuba gear, puts on his tank, and he goes and he'll cut lures and line and all kinds of things out of different rivers. But not every place has that. So think about your fellow fishermen. Think about your hands. Think about the environment, and don't use braid. If I get stuck, even with my 60-pound test, I can wrap it around my hand, pull, and it's going to break off. I'm probably going to lose my hook. Okay, I lost a hook. End of the world? Not really. I could tie in another hook. But if I got braid on and I got to cut that off, there are spots that I fish, that other people fish, for walleyes, for catfish, for smallmouth bass. And you can feel it when you throw your lure in. You aren't stuck on a rock or a log. You can feel the other person's line going like this, back and forth, back and forth. Well, whose line's going to break? That braided line that is pretty much indestructible, or your line? My guess, your line. And you are not going to be a happy camper when you lose your $3 lure, your $8 lure, your $10 lure. So, again, I understand the sensitivity part. I get it. Flathead fishing, channel catfish fishing, it doesn't need to be about sensitivity. You want some good line stretch like monofilament has. You don't want something that it's just completely tight. Because there's lots of times that those catfish will shake their head, or they'll do that catfish flop with their tail and whatever. They'll pull the hook right out. You want something that's got a little stretch, have your drag set proper, and fight the fish, work the fish. But let's be better and stop using braid for your, not just for your hand's sake or your arm's sake, but for other fishermen's sake too. And I think we might have just had a bite on this pole. Otherwise, that bluegill all of a sudden got lively. He hasn't been kicking around too much since I threw him out. But when it comes to braid, just say no. But other than that, we got our lucky fishing hat on. We got our 3 bluegills casted out. We got our 8/0 circle hooks on, our 5-ounce no-roll sinkers. We got our 60-pound test Berkley big game mono. And now we just wait. It is now 7:12. Monday night I had one by 7:50. It was 32.5 pounds. But it was almost dark then. So I think it's gonna be another one of those nights tonight. The thing we're gonna end up doing really quick though is putting on some bug spray, because the bugs are getting atrocious. And when I say bugs, I mean the mosquitoes. They're starting to irritate me just a touch. So, yeah. We got our rods in. We got a beautiful night. We got peace and quiet. We've caught probably 70 fish-ish, I don't know. Caught a lot of bluegills. And now, we're just waiting for old Mr. Flathead to wake up, or Mrs. Flathead. Come find our bait. And hopefully, it's a real good screamer bite where it just grabs it and we just hear the zzz. That'll be our audio to turn our light on, get up, and that's when the action begins. So, hey, good night so far. Other than that, I'm a very particular good luck person. I think all of us fishermen probably are. So I got my good luck hat. I think every single flathead pretty much that I've ever caught in my life, I've been wearing this hat. So that's kind of my lucky flathead hat. I forgot to play my lucky flathead song, so I'll have to turn that on in a second. And you know, it's okay to be superstitious with your fishing, because you can't argue with results. So you got a particular fishing rod you like to use, particular hat you like to wear, particular good luck underwear, wear them, you know. So, all right. We just had a really good bite on there. That line's going slack. Line's going super slack. Let's go, folks. Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh yeah, we got him. There he is. Got him. Hooked up. Hooked up, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Come on. Come on, get some. Keep calling. Trader. Shouldn't have taken that phone call, should I? Look at this guy. Prehistoric beast. I hope the camera's still going. I think it can shut off. But we got one, folks. We got one. We got one. Come here, baby. Don't fall in the water yet. Don't fall in the water yet. Come here, babe. Come here, babe. Got one. Yeah. Oh. Got him. That's about a 15-pounder. Let's make sure the camera's still going. I'm not just talking to myself. Woohoo! All these bloopers. The blooper reel. Yeah. We got him. Oh, what a beauty. I dropped him in the mud. He was a beauty. Oh baby, look at that. We're gonna have to cut the hook because he swallowed the hook, but people just keep on calling. Don't they know we're fishing? That's the old shradsters on the line. But we got a fish on the line here, folks. All right, we cut the line. Let's get the scale going. We got it on zeros. I'm gonna guess probably 15 pounds, 17 pounds, give or take. All right, let's find out. Tail of the tape coming up. Ooh, nice one. Look at that. 20, nope. 20, 21 pounds. Yeah, baby. Get some of that. Get some of that. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. How you doing, pal? You are a beauty. Look at the size of this guy. Yeah. I hope this is all getting in the camera. Otherwise, I'm gonna look pretty stupid trying to get this in the camera, and it's not in the camera, but I saw that rod go like this, pop, and the line went slack. So he grabbed the bait and he swam toward us. So the line should be going like this with the current. The line went, and we got one, guys. Awesome, baby. Oh, feel the power. Oh yeah, we got us a little flathead. You dig it? Hey, let's tie a new leader and put on another hook. Let's go get another one. Come on, let's go. Oh! Hopefully, we can catch us another one. But beautiful fish. Hope she's still got energy to swim off because I don't want her to die. Especially after getting that hook out of her throat. Oh yeah, she's got energy, don't she? Or doesn't she? Come on, baby. She's swimming away now? Good. She swam off. Good, good. I was worried she wasn't for a second. All right. Good deal. The bugs are getting more and more atrocious. I just want to make sure she swam away. She was acting kind of lethargic. Thought I was going to have to get the net and help her out, but all right, we're good.